Okay then guys, what's going on? Cloudplace here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're inside of Hogwarts Legacy and we're going to be talking about the negatives that are flushing through my head right now when we take a look at the fact that the game is going to be releasing very soon indeed. So with that being said, we're going to take a look into those negatives, but before we do, if you haven't already, make sure you're smashing that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribing with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know down in the comment section if you've pre-ordered or even if you're just tantalizingly tickled by this game and intrigued to find out whether it's going to do well or not. With that being said, let's dive on into it. So Hogwarts Legacy, this game does look almost too good to be true. This game looks absolutely ginormous, and with so many different factors inside of it, it's had me on edge now for years. Now I am hyped for it, but I do have a bit of an edge look at it, as well as especially with how the gaming industry has been maybe these last 5 to 10 years, and maybe things could go wrong. And looking at the game's development and the company behind it, it doesn't leave me with so much confidence. Now before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know that once we hit 50,000 subscribers, we are going to be giving away an Xbox Series S plus a game of your choice. And it's extremely simple on how you guys get hold of that. You go down to the description and drop me a follow on any of the related platforms such as Twitter or Instagram, and leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know that you're interested and what you've followed me on with your username. That's exactly how this works, and it doesn't matter how many of these videos you post it on, it will just stretch through the same way. With that being said, good luck, and let's dive on into the rest of this video. So Avalanche Studios is the development team who is dropping this game. Now they've also been known for dropping games for Disney maybe over the past PS2 and PS3 days. They are probably the big primary point, because Avalanche Studios isn't exactly the biggest game development company that you guys are going to know of. And if you have heard of them, then you'll know full well that they've been not really well known for generating amazing games. They've actually been known for generating up terrible games based on licensed films as by Disney. Now Hogwarts Legacy is a massive stretch of these games when it comes to the games that they're used to making. If you guys take a look at their previous history, such as Cars, Toy Story, Chicken Little, and all of these good bloody films that actually weren't really good games, this is something which leads it to a bit of a worrying factor with this project being so damn large. It's insane. Now they are also co-developed by Portkey Games, who are also designed by WB Studios, that's Warner Bros, and it's also possible that this game is definitely a stretch. Now this game could be absolutely amazing, and by God I hope that it is. My fingers are well and truly crossed. But with games over the recent years, it does have me worried that this game is going to follow suit. I mean, we only have to take a look at the games that have been published out and pushed into the gaming community over the last 5-10 years, such as Cyberpunk, Anthem, Biomutant, and Biomutant was one that I actually worked with the company themselves, and it was really okay, but it was knocked back pretty fast by the community, therefore dead in the water and completely done with. Another one was No Man's Sky, and No Man's Sky, my lord, when they launched that trailer, I was so damn hyped for that game. It was insane, the idea of being able to roam the galaxy with my friends, going from planet to planet, everything being different every time I visited somewhere new, never having to go into the same place twice, and then being met with what we were met with, which was just not the case at all, and not being able to find anybody that you knew, let alone anybody whatsoever, with absolutely hundreds of thousands of people playing. It completely destroyed my hope of gaming from that point forward, and to be fair, from that point forward, nobody's really restored that movement other than maybe Elden Ring, and that was quite a simple sighting when it comes to obviously how that game was structured. Now we are looking at WB Studios, that's Warner Bros, and they have obviously recently pushed out a game called Gotham Knights. Now when they released that, we've kind of got to be real, the 30 frame per second PS5 capable trash bank does make you worry as well, when they're the ones that are kind of posting up for the Harry Potter's Hogwarts Legacy launch. This does not fill me with all sorts of confidence. The problem with Gotham Knights is that it just wasn't good at all, and with a cappage of 30 frames per second on the PS5, this does kind of lead you to a worrying factor that Hogwarts Legacy may be hitting the same points. And not only that, but we're getting it right with consoles, and Steam is going to be challenging on its own, but it going onto the Switch is going to be an outright bloody miracle. especially with the current state of how the release dates have been the last few years, have kind of led me to question whether this game is even going to be bloody ready. It was originally launched as a trailer in 2020 and was meant to be out around 2021. It was then delayed to 2022 and further forward to 2023. That's a almost 2.5-year delay process, which is absolutely insane. And even now, at the point of recording, PS5, Xbox X and S is due to release February 10th, with the PS4 and old gen versions of Xbox One releasing April 4th, a matter of 2 months later. Then with the Switch, we've got that even further back with a release date of July, which is just mental. Now, even looking at that now, we've got obviously the old gens that could even be delayed further or even cancelled altogether. All we have to do is look at Gotham Knights, which was another title that they did cancel the old gen versions of, mainly because it just wasn't working, and this is obviously going to stretch the capabilities of what it is the game can do, and that is frustrating to say the least. If this does happen to Hogwarts Legacy, you may as well write this thing off now, and obviously what this does mean is there is quite clearly some internal issues with the game if you have to delay it by a matter of months for an old generation, let alone the Switch itself, which is actually completely mad considering the game was meant to release 2 years ago already. Now, if this game is done well, it could be the next big open world game that people have been waiting for, let alone Harry Potter fans, which it completely opens up the magical world of Harry Potter into the gaming world properly after having decades of absolute trash Harry Potter games released to the market. This is something which does really entice me, but also really consumes my negative side beyond belief. They have such a high capability with this game, and the availability for exploration and replayability, and the availability for just being able to dive in to something so magical and so insane, which has kind of enticed us the whole time through their movies, is going to be something that is well beheld. This game, if it goes well, could be the next big game to hit the next 5 to 10 year cycle, and we've not had a game do that for a very long time. This kind of opens it up to the games of like Skyrim, and even to the age of Minecraft, which has just never been old, and it's always been a fresh new sighting every time you kind of go on. It's just a nostalgic move. The Harry Potter series has kind of given people such a nostalgic childhood, and me myself grew up actually reading the books, watching the films, wanted to be there for every launch of everything that happened with Harry Potter, and now as a grown adult, we've got the game actually coming out, and I don't think I've been so excited for a title since Elden Ring early on last year. This is extremely important that they do this right, and for me personally, with a game like this, although it's only a month away now, even if they delayed it a further 3 or 4 months, I don't think I'd even be upset, just because I really want this to work, and I want this to work well. But because of the way we've got the split structures with the new gen, old gen and Switch dates, I don't see this being delayed for the next generation lot at all, and I feel like this is just going to be released as the format that it is. Now, I've also gone through all of the websites such as Rainmaker, Keymailer and all of that sort of stuff. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what that is, they are websites and places that content creators can go to apply for early codes, to be able to do reviews and stuff like that, and there's no citing of Hogwarts Legacy on there whatsoever. I would massively applaud and highly recommend that Avalanche Studios, Warner Bros, Portkeys, they urge into this early push out towards content creators to be able to kind of really get those real reviews, release the embargo before the release date. But if this game is not good, then they're not going to do that, and that's just my generic opinion on it. That's not fact. This is just something which I think that they should be doing, although don't feel like they are going to do. I'm extremely excited to see where it goes, but also extremely nervous. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below, and what your opinion is on the Hogwarts Legacy release coming up very soon. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate your faces. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and as always, until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.